of having a dream come true that makes life truly interesting. This quote from Paulo Coelho's Alchemist has been a guiding light in my life. As I delve deeper in its meaning, I realized that dreams, much like baking a perfect croissant, require years of hard work, resilience, diligence, and feeling of embracing the uniqueness that comes with it. And trust me, coming from a pastry chef, it's not a cakewalk, literally. So when I told my parents that I wanted to become a pastry chef, this was their reaction. They reacted with an eye. If you've seen this meme, you know what I'm talking about. I grew up in a family of doctors, engineers, teachers, and becoming a pastry chef came as a shock to them. But my sister, Anandita, a computer science engineer by profession, came to my rescue. She became my alchemist and helped me convince my parents to let me pursue this life of my dreams. I went on to study at Institute of Hotel Management in Aurangabad. It was a 4-year culinary arts course, and I worked at Taj, but life had different plans for me. My sister's leukemia relapsed, and we were stuck in the hospital. That smile. The long days at the hospital came with its own set of challenges, but we'd sit, we'd plan our days, we'd talk about our business, and it was like two sister entrepreneurs living in Delulu land, delegating work mentally, planning our business, sorting the nitty-gritties, and it was all okay. We lost our battle to cancer in December 2021. But as my sister rested in peace, she left a fire within me. She wanted me to do something bigger and better with my life. I went to London to study further at Cordon Bleu. It's a French culinary school. And I did my 9 months diploma course in patisserie and boulangerie. And I took great pride that I could finally call myself a pastry chef. I also found some other hobbies while I was in London, like my yoga journey. I found my yogi over there who really inspired me and really led a transformative journey that came after that. It was during my solo trip in Scotland when I was sitting literally in the middle of the water, surrounded by the trees with my laptop, planning my business with an Excel in front of me, all by myself. And that is how Ditya was born. Ditya was launched in January 2024. And I know that FOMO is real, it's very real, even if it's coming from the heavens. And so I decided to name it Ditya, which literally means an answered prayer and is also a fusion of our names, Anandita and Ananya. This journey of Ditya has come with its own set of challenges. We've had long days of unloading equipment at 2 a.m., planning our packaging boxes, messing up the prints, organizing our events. It's been quite a transformative journey, and it has also come with its set of ups, like our first big 8-kilo cake, or organizing our first event, or hosting our first workshop. These are some of the brands that we've worked with, like Lux, 32nd Avenue. I've had the chance to be a judge for some culinary competitions, record podcasts, work with brands like 32nd Avenue, Space Matrix, Indus Insights, build a team, work with Kotak Mahindra Bank, and it's been truly transformational. One day, as I was just outside, I received a frantic call from my bakery saying that a glass door had shattered. And I couldn't help but think of the Hindu symbolism that in the Hindu culture, they often associate glass shattering with evil eye. And I wasn't sure what was happening. As I rushed back to the bakery, I saw that the glass door had fully come out to bits on the floor. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but this was the state of my bakery 2 days before its first birthday. I called my glazier and I asked him if a replacement glass could be arranged since we had to lock the bakery at night and we just couldn't leave it like that. While all of us were in confusion and planning and deciding what to do, my glazier called me back. He arranged for a toughened glass and installed it in less than 4 hours, which usually takes around 4 to 6 days, and we all could go back home in time. This was such an experience, and I realized that sometimes life throws these little earth-shattering problems in front of you, but it's how you choose to deal with them that truly matters. When I started Ditya, I was very hesitant to introduce coffee. It was simply because I wanted Ditya to be a petite boutique pastry brand and not just a regular coffee spot. However, people kept judging that decision of mine and kept telling me to not sort of go ahead with it and asked me to introduce more options, specialty coffees, etc. Within the first 9 months, as I got an opportunity to shift my shop from the first floor of the market to the ground floor, we found an opening and I realized that there exists a market for specialty coffee. And I decided to invest into Ditya to make it into a haven for both exceptional pastries and coffee. And it was such a transformational experience. I realized that as entrepreneurs, we don't always have all the answers, and that it's okay to not know what you're doing at what time. It's okay to take your journey slowly and embrace your mistakes and move forward with that growth oriented mindset. My sister used to live by this phrase, Kyo Dakeva. I'm not sure if any of you knows about this, but it's a Japanese phrase and it literally means just for today. On days when I find it very difficult to draw strength, I often look at my left arm that says Kyo Dakeva with a little hourglass on top, which means that I'm not bound by time to achieve my dreams and my aspirations. On days when I don't know what I'm doing and when I'm confused or I encounter a problem, I tell myself, Ananya, Kyo Dakeva, it'll be fine, that it's okay, it's just for today, and that it will be fine. Moving forward in my Ditya journey, we once received an order for a 50th birthday cake, and everyone in the bakery was very excited to bake the cake according to the customer's demands. We all planned everything meticulously, made planners, did sketches of the cake on paper, got it approved by the customer. Everything was right. We all were prepared, nothing could go wrong. We made the cake, sent a picture to the customer. The customer was happy. We dispatched it on time. Everything was perfect. And the next morning, I wake up to a plethora of messages on my phone. The hell gods had fully blessed my cake. It had fully smashed on one side. The name had melted. The topper had toppled. And it was nothing like what the customer wanted. Fear and embarrassment washed over me, and I was really scared to face the situation. I went back to Kyo Dakeva, but it didn't help in this moment. I decided to bake another cake as a part of service recovery and take it to the customer to just as a means to apologizing. I went to their house and the couple very graciously opened the door, welcomed me in, sat me down with a cup of tea, and we discussed about what could have gone wrong with the cake. I handed over the other cake to them. I apologized. And to my surprise, they was just so sweet about it. They did not create a fuss. They did not make a big deal of it. They chose empathy and kindness. And while they could have easily asked for a refund, they could have given a bad Google review, they could have yelled at me, they could have done whatever they wanted. But they chose to put themselves in my position and understand how I did not deliver this, but it perhaps just have happened on its own. As I got up to leave and I apologized again, they handed me over a bottle of wine for making the effort to go and see them in public. And that day I realized how certain mistakes can lead to such beautiful connections. These customers are now Ditya's regulars, and I'm very, very happy to be associated with such people. This journey of Ditya in the last 15 months has been so growth rewarding and transformational that sometimes I have to sit and pinch myself because I'm also not sure how I reached here, and now today I can also call myself a TED speaker. One day I had a friend who observed me from a distance and asked me if I'm happy at what I'm doing. She just observed, we were talking about the sacrifices that I've made, the weddings I've missed in the family, everything that I've done, the long working hours, the 14-hour shifts, everything that I've done. And she said, Ananya, are you happy doing this? And while I didn't have like a yes or no answer to this question, because yeah, maybe I am happy, but then there are days when I wish that maybe it was a little more easy. I looked at her and I said, I think so. My career has been one aspect of my life that I've always been very, very sure of, and somehow I've always received the right guidance, the right mentorship, the right support to be able to achieve this life of my dreams. I've had this exceptional set of teachers, parents, siblings, friends who've helped me reach this stage that I am today. I've also realized in the last 15 months that it's okay to be anxious while you're working. It's okay to be fearful when you're standing here and giving a TED talk. It's okay to be who you are and let the world see you for that. It's okay to not operate at 100% efficiency at all times. It's okay to dress up like an owner and sweep your shop. It's okay to grieve while you're working. It's okay to let grief come in the middle of a very important work day or a meeting because you're only human and there's only so much that you can do. I think it's high time that we accept that it's okay that we cannot be at 100 and on all days, and it's okay to be at an 80 on some. As I stand here today before all of you, just want to tell you that living this entrepreneurial life might seem dreamy, but it's extremely difficult. It requires a lot of sacrifice, and I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean it in an empowering way, where I hope that you all can take some inspiration from the kind of speakers that we have here today and see how you can implement our stories in your life. I just like to say that I'm here today before all of you with my journey of Ditya of the last 1 year, and it's been an incredible journey. You need to find your alchemists, people who believe in you, people who support you, who know who you are inside out, and remember that when life throws those glass shattering moments at you, when they try to break you completely, know that inner strength is the key and that you are your biggest inspiration and that kyo da ke va, it'll all be fine. Thank you.